Bailey Zappe, how we doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to y'all as well. Appreciate y'all having me.
Of course. And look, you keep saying over and over again when we talk to you and in the assembled interviews after games and during the week that you're going to get better with more experience and you will clean up turnovers, interceptions. How do you fix the turnover problem that has been an issue for you and for the team all year long? How do you clean that up?
Yeah, I think just speaking for myself is just being smarter with the ball, understanding what the play is, understanding what we're trying to attack, understanding what the defense is doing, against us on that certain play, and just get it to the guys. We have great playmakers. We have guys in the receiver room, tight end room, running back room that can do great things with the balls in their hands. So the moment I can get the balls in their hands, the faster I can, the faster they can make plays, and I just got to do a better job at that.
Happy New Year's, Bailey. Wondering, when did you find out that Trent Brown was not going to be on the field with you against Buffalo? Obviously, a very important piece to the offensive line you were playing with.
I'm not quite sure when it all happened, but I think it was either Friday or Saturday. I can't pinpoint the exact date. Whenever I found out, I don't know who I found out from, but I think I just kind of found out from down the grapevine.
How has he been as a teammate this year? Like, from your perspective, Trent Brown as a teammate, how's he been?
Personally with me, he's always been great with me. I've never had an issue with him. I can't speak for anybody else, but, for me, I've always, every time I've had a question, asking him about, guys that he's played with in the past, he's always been open to answering those questions. I've never really had a problem with him. Me and him are actually pretty close. We're both from Texas, or, we like being in Texas. So we have that, as a, similarity. So we get along well. We always talk about other things, and I've never had a problem with him personally. But that's just my personal view.
Bailey, it's the last game of the season, obviously, coming up. Bill O'Brien said today you're going to be the starter. Is there anything, aside from obviously picking up a win, is there anything, any sort of, milestones or anything you're looking to hit this weekend?
Yeah, the biggest thing, of course, is no turnovers. We're playing a great defense. The Jets have been a great defense for a while now. Top to bottom, those guys can, play, really good ball. So it's going to be a tough challenge for us. And just playing smart, having great communication, and just, finishing this year out with on the high note going into next year. And, start 2024 off right.
Mac was benched, was it 4 different times this year? Was there ever a point where you were looking over your shoulder on Sunday when the turnovers were piling up?
No, not at all. There was never, to my knowledge, any, conversations about that at all. OB just told me to keep firing it. I've kind of have that mentality of, I've tried to have short-term memory loss, that gunslinger mentality. No matter what's going on, I try to move on. And I think we all did, a great job with the offense. We had a rough start, and once we got past that rough start, we were kind of moving the ball really well when we started scoring points. We just got to eliminate the bad start.
Do you like, Bailey, having that label, I guess, gunslinger? It's something that people have used to describe you a couple different times, especially lately, with some of the big plays that you're able to make.
Yeah, I've kind of had that throughout my whole career playing quarterback. There's multiple ways to look at it, but the way I kind of look at it is whatever happens, my biggest thing and my job is to get the ball in the playmaker's hands as quick and as fast as possible and let them do what they're best at. And, sometimes things are going to happen. You're going to throw interceptions. You're going to make bad reads. But the biggest thing, for a quarterback is, learning from it, moving on, and, fixing that mistake. So, that's what I have to do this year or this week and get ready for the Jets.
I know we still have that Jets game to go here, Billy, but I was curious, considering how the offseason went this past offseason, how would you like it to be different in the upcoming offseason in terms of you getting a chance to really compete for the starting job and, being out there in the OTAs and everything? Have you even thought about that yet?
No, I haven't really thought about that. I'm focused on, Jets right now. I'm sure if I don't know, do we do this next Tuesday after the Jets game?
I don't believe
so.
That's
I think this is the last one, Bailey, which I'm sure
we're
very
getting all the
about.
questions
in.
If
you want to, come on.
Yeah, but you're welcome.
We'll have you anytime.
You're welcome next
you
week.
can
Come on
into
every
the
week.
studio if you want. You can see it here.
That's up to the the higher ups. I don't get paid to make those decisions.
Well, you tell Stacy that you're welcome here anytime.
Yes, standing ovation.
We can all go hogging, too.
No, I'm just saying because, right now I think it's, I'm focused on the Jets. I want to, they're a great defense. I don't want to seem like I'm not focused on them because I am, because it's going to be a tough challenge for us. So anything, past, this week is, I'll answer that, next week or next Monday, next Tuesday, whenever it is. But right now I just want to, focus on these guys because they're dang good.
Patriots quarterback Bailey Zappe joining us here on Jones and Mego with Arcan on WEEI. I know this is not in your contract as well, above your pay grade as well, but Sunday could be Bill Belichick's final game with the Patriots. Do you plan on saying anything to him this week? Any message that you'd like to relay to him this week?
I mean, I'm not really into all that stuff. If it is, if it isn't, I'm not quite sure. No matter if it is or isn't, I think the one goal is to win no matter what's going on. So I think the message, from him and for everybody is just to finish this year on a high note. And, we're playing a great team in the Jets, so it's going to be a tough challenge, and we just got to go out there and play team football. And that's going to, be the message throughout, this whole week is to try to finish this year strong and, go into the off season on a high note and start getting ready for, of course, the next year.
How has Bill, I know it's early in the week, but how has Bill been so far this week, in your view? How is he carrying himself? How does he seem? How's he been this week?
I mean, he's been great. He's like he is every day. That's a great thing about him. He comes in the office, comes to work, of course. He's been doing it for a lot longer than I think I've been alive. So, I mean, he comes to work every day like normal Coach Belichick. He's the same person every day. So today I didn't really see anything different with him. Just be quite honest with you, that doesn't seem like anything is different.
I know there's a lot of outside stuff swirling around this last regular season game of the year, but I'm wondering, do you feel any weight with seeing the Jets and knowing that the Patriots have this 15-game winning streak?
No, ma'am. They've been a great team. I mean, that's before I got here, I guess. I've only been here for the last 2 years. So, they've been a great rivalry for a long time. So I'm not really worried about that or putting too much thought into it. I'm worried about this game and this game only because, they're a great defense. It's going to be a tough challenge for us. Like I've been saying, it's going to take a lot from all 11 of us on the field to have great communication and, have great operation to move the ball against these guys.
Speaking of all 11 on the field, Bailey, what was your overall impression of the protection against Buffalo?
I mean, hands up to those guys. I mean, they did a phenomenal job. Buffalo threw a lot of stuff at us as far as pressures and different things, and those guys, the front five, handled it very well. I think I've continue to do a better job of pocket presence and moving around and kind of setting up and helping those guys out and getting the ball out quicker. But overall, I think those guys did a phenomenal job of, practicing or playing how we preach and inside out and doing all those things and allowing me to step up. I think they did a great job of that.
Time now for the quarterback question of the week. It's brought to you by Northeast Men's Health, the experts in men's sexual health with offices in Dedham, Marlborough, Woburn, and Salem, New Hampshire. You can visit northeastmenshealth.com. Christian kind of asked you about this earlier, your plans for next year, and I respect that you're focused on the Jets. But it's the first time you've had an extended opportunity to prove yourself as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Do you think you've shown enough to have one of those 32 spots next year?
Of course, as far as confidence, you think you've done enough or you want to be that guy. I think there's, of course, things that I can continue to still work on. We have one more week of practice and one more game to, of course, fix those mistakes. But whatever happens, of course, I want to play. I want to be the guy. But whatever happens, I respect that decision. I'll do whatever's best for the team. But right now, I'm focused on the Jets and win this game. And nobody really says much when you win games. So that's the main goal.
There are a lot of fans rooting for the Patriots to lose on Sunday to secure a high draft pick. I would lump myself in with that group. How would you feel if the team selected a quarterback highly?
I mean, if that's what they decide to do, that's what they decide to do. I'm looking forward to competing against whoever comes in here for that job. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last offseason, get ready to be the guy, and if my name's called, then I'm gonna do the best thing I can to help the team win, and hopefully it is. And hopefully we get after it next year and whatever it is. But I don't want to skip over these guys that we're playing this Sunday.
Okay. Patriots and Jets on Sunday, final game of the year. Bailey Zappe here on the Harbor One Hotline. We appreciate the time, Bailey. Standing invitation for next Monday as well if you want to jump back on, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
I appreciate you all.